Top 5 tomato diseases and how to beat them for bigger yields. The silent killers destroying your tomato profits. Here are the 5 disease destroyers and your victory strategies. Disease killer number 2, late blight. The apocalyptic destroyer. The second disease enemy and possibly the most feared by tomato farmers worldwide is late blight, caused by Phytophthora infestans, the same pathogen that caused the Irish potato famine, killing over 1 million people in the 1940s. A disease so explosively destructive that it can progress from first symptoms to complete crop loss in just 7 to 14 days during favorable conditions, devastating entire fields and even entire regions simultaneously as spores spread on wind for kilometers, infecting every susceptible plant in their path. Late blight is not gradual like early blight. It is an agricultural disaster that strikes suddenly and spreads exponentially, and farmers who don't recognize it immediately and respond within 48 to 72 hours of first symptoms will watch helplessly as their entire season's investment disintegrates into rotting black slime within 2 weeks. The financial devastation of late blight is total and catastrophic. Uncontrolled outbreak routinely destroy 100% of yields, representing complete loss to 6 to 8 million shillings in potential income, plus total waste of 300,000 to 500,000 shillings in production inputs, plus the psychological devastation of watching months of hard work literally rot before your eyes in days. Understanding late blight's unique biology reveals why it is so uniquely destructive and what its vulnerabilities are. Unlike early blight, which is a true fungus, late blight is caused by a water mold pathogen that thrives in cold, wet conditions, specifically temperatures between 10 to 25 degrees Celsius, combined with prolonged leaf wetness from rain, heavy dew, or fog. These conditions often occur during rainy seasons or in high elevated areas with frequent fogs, creating perfect late blight weather that can trigger explosive outbreaks. The disease has a remarkable short life cycle, completing infection to sporulation in just 3 to 5 days under optimal conditions, meaning each generation of spores produces the next generation within less than a week, creating exponential multiplication. One infected plant becomes 10 infected plants, becomes 100 infected plants, becomes field-wide devastation in 2 weeks. Symptoms appear suddenly, often following several days of wet weather. Leaves develop water-soaked grays, green patches that rapidly expand and turn dark brown to black. And on leaf undersides, you will observe white fuzzy fungal growth, especially at lesion edges during humid mornings. Stems and pestils develop dark brown to black lesions that can girdle stems, killing entire branches. Most devastatingly, fruits develop firm, greasy appearing brown lesions that rapidly expand into soft rot, destroying entire fruit clusters within days. The late blight battle strategy requires accepting that this disease cannot be controlled with half-hearted measures. You either implement aggressive, comprehensive management, or you lose everything. There is no middle ground with this destroyer. Prevention begins with the most critical decision in late blight management: variety selection prioritization. Late blight resistant varieties when available. While no tomato variety is completely immune, some possess significant resistance genes that slow disease progression dramatically, giving you time to implement control measures. Varieties with HR, that is high resistance, or IR, intermediate resistance, ratings for late blight should be your first choice in late blight prone areas, even if they cost more or have slightly lower yields when disease free, because when late blight strikes, and it will, resistant varieties may produce 400 crates while susceptible varieties produce 0. Implement all the cultural practices described for early blight: wild spacing, mulching, drip irrigation, stacking, pruning, or pruning lower leaves, because these reduce humidity and leaf wetness that late blight requires. The critical difference in late blight management is fungicide strategy. With early blight, you can wait 3 to 4 weeks after planting before starting prevention. But with late blight, you must begin preventive fungicide application within 1 week to 2 weeks of transplanting before any possible disease appearance, because once late blight establishes, controlling it becomes nearly impossible. Use systematic fungicides with anti-phytophthora activity like metalaxyl, dimethomorph, or cymoxanil in rotation with protectant fungicides like chlorothalonil or mangozeb. The rotation prevents resistance development, while the systemic product provides some curative action if disease appears. During high-risk periods, that is cool temperatures, frequent rain, or high humidity, spray every 4 to 5 days without fail. During lower risk periods, extend intervals to 7 days but never go longer, because late blight can explode in 1 week. Monitor weather forecasts religiously and intensify spraying before predicted rainy periods, because once plants are wet for 48 to 72 hours continuously, late blight infection is almost guaranteed if disease is present in your area. Implement area-wide surveillance and communication. Late blight doesn't respect property boundaries, so organize with neighbors to report first symptoms immediately when anyone sees them. If late blight is confirmed within 5 kilometers of your farm, assume you are under attack and intensify your spray patterns immediately, even if you see no symptoms yet. This aggressive preemptive response is what separates farmers who survive late blight outbreaks from those who lose everything. The fungicide investment for intensive late blight prevention is substantial: 150,000 to 300,000 shillings per acre for a full season in high pressure areas. But this investment is absolutely mandatory in late blight prone regions, because the alternative is total loss. Farmers who try to save money by reducing spray frequency or using cheaper, less effective fungicides inevitably lose far more than they saved when late blight destroys their crops. Troubleshooting late blight challenges requires accepting some hard realities. If late blight symptoms are already widespread throughout your field, affecting more than 25% of plants, your crop is probably unsalvageable, and your best option may be immediate harvest of any marketable fruits, followed by complete destruction of infected plants to prevent spores spreading to neighbors' fields. This is a devastating decision, but it is better than watching your entire crop rot while spending money on fungicides that cannot save it. If you watch late blight very early with just 1 or 2 infected plants, immediately remove and destroy those plants completely, including roots. Then implement emergency intensive fungicide program, spraying every 3 to 4 days with systematic fungicides. You might have the rest of your crop if you act, or you might save the rest of your crop if you act within 24 hours of first symptoms. If late blight strikes despite your preventive programs, you either started sprays too late, used inadequate products, or experienced unusual severe disease pressure overwhelming even good management. Learn from the experience and implement even more aggressive preventive strategies. Next season, the ultimate late blight truth is harsh but clear. Aggressive prevention is expensive, costing 150,000 to 300,000 shillings per acre, but it is infinitely cheaper than losing everything. Subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. We publish comprehensive agricultural guides, disease management videos, variety reviews, troubleshooting contents, advanced techniques, and farmer success stories weekly. Content potentially adding thousands of dollars on your annual farming income. Return regularly because agricultural science continuously advances and evolves. New research and management techniques, innovative solutions emerge constantly, and improved storage strategies emerge continually. Consistent learning separates continuously improving farmers from those stuck with outdated methods. Remember to like this video, comment with your story and commitments, share with farming networks, subscribe for weekly agricultural education, and turn on notifications. Your engagement transforms not just your farm, but entire agricultural communities worldwide. Together, we are building a global movement of prosperous, sustainable farmers, proving that with knowledge and commitment, agricultural prosperity is achievable for everyone. Welcome to your farming transformation. Let's make it extraordinary. Top 5 tomato diseases and how to beat them for bigger yields. Disease killer number 3. Click the link on the description below and watch this very inspiring strategy. Thank you.